Welcome back on in. Today we're going to be ranking on a tier list every MLB team's playoff chances. Playoffs are really the next big thing that's happened. Trade deadline is far behind us, and I've kind of finished on the content and all that. So let's go ahead. Let's look forward to the playoffs. Like and subscribe if you have not already. If you do enjoy the video, if you're interested in supporting me, go to the Patreon down below. Let's get into the video. Okay, so obviously the topic's a little bit different, so the tiers are going to be a little bit different today. So we got the teams that are a guarantee for the playoffs. We have the teams we're pretty sure about. We got these teams that are on the fringe. Teams are probably not, which really leans more towards, no. Up here, we got the Arizona Diamondbacks. Now, if you remember about a month ago, I put them in the elite tier. I said they've been the class of the MLB. They had an awful July, and it's really putting them back into this maybe tier because they're just, in the standings-wise, just not really there right now. I think that they're out of a wild card spot at this point. They're well out of their division right now, and it's not looking too great for the Diamondbacks. The Braves are one of 2 or 3 teams I put as a guarantee. Best team in baseball all year round, and they're a lock for like the 1 seed now. They're so far ahead. The Orioles, I'm also going to put as a guarantee, whether it's the wild card or the division, because I think it's going to be the division, but it could even the wild card. They're kind of already there. I don't see this team falling off in any way. The Red Sox, now it's not really their fault. I'm going to put them in probably not, just because of the competition they have. It's like, you know, even in their own division, they have 4 teams or 5 teams, including themselves, that are trying to make the playoffs and are trying to make a push. And really right now, they're one of the 2 outliers them and the team we'll get to soon. So I don't see them making the playoffs. It's probably not for me. The Cubs, it's just a competition. They're also going to be a maybe team because unlike the Red Sox, their competition around them is not great. They're pretty close to their division. I think that they're in a wild card spot right now. They've been hot, traded for Candelario at the deadline, and now they're already starting to pay dividends. The White Sox, obviously not. Trade away everybody. They've already been awful this year. Why? How could they ever do it? Apparently. I was watching over my before the season predictions and stuff. I had this team going to the ALCS. I said this team was going to be a sleeper team. No. The Reds have also actually put themselves into this maybe. There's going to be a lot of National League teams in this maybe tier. They've lost now 7 in a row, something like that. It's really bad. They have not been pitching well. Their starting pitching has been absolutely terrible. They didn't do anything at the deadline, and it's their fault. That's why they're doing badly right now. The Guardians I could put in maybe, but I'm actually going to put them in probably not, just because they decided to make like a mini sell at the deadline. Their moves that they made obviously showed they're not really trying to contend, but then again, their division is so weak they could just like accidentally win themselves. I'm going to put them into the maybe because they could like accidentally win themselves into like, you know, a playoff spot. The Rockies will not. They trade away their pieces. They've been bad all year. Detroit again as well, even though they probably could go into the probably not because they're closer in their division, but I'm going to say no. Houston, I'm going to put in pretty sure. I'm not going to put them in guarantee because they are not in first place in their division right now. I think they've fallen back to 3 games behind. They got a mini slump here. Rangers have also been hot, and they're not doing poorly. It's just, you know, they got a lot of competition around them, and there are other teams that can make a push past them. Not betting on it. I'm pretty sure they're going to be there. Royals, no. Angels, a maybe, man. They are honestly close to a probably not because they have been bad since the trade deadline. They have not won until yesterday. I think unless they didn't win yesterday, they have not won. Okay, so they lost yesterday in 10 innings, and they have not won since the trade deadline. They've been in a losing streak, like 5 games. Not looking good. Los Doyers are a guarantee. They're there literally every year, and you can say, oh, why are they? The Astros aren't there. They're actually first place in their division right now. Astros are very close to being in the guaranteed into the guarantee tier, but I think just because the Dodgers are actually in first place, it's going to put them there. Marlins, again, it's a maybe, and they're falling off quite badly. They've been in a bit of a slump as well since the trade deadline, and weirdly enough, it has not been the offense. It's actually been the pitching that's kind of let them down a little bit. The bullpen, especially in the Phillies series, that's what I saw. Their offense was actually like good. Josh Bell's been good, but yeah, this team's not playing as well. The Brew Crew are starting to put a little distance, but not really, so they also have to go into maybe. You got 3 of these central teams that could all win the division or make a wild card. It's all about the same record. If I had to bet on a team, honestly, it'd probably have to be the Brewers just because they've been there before, but their roster is nothing to be desired. I'm actually going to put the Mets in no, or you could put them in probably not. They've been on like a 6-game losing streak after the deadline, and everyone was like, oh, they could sell at the deadline. They can make a push for the playoffs. No, they've lost. Yankees are also going to go in Probably not. They're going to be right with the Red Sox. I don't know if I think that they're still in last place. They've not been winning baseball games recently, and it's just not been looking good for them. Didn't really buy the deadline either. Terrible deadline. I ranked that in a different video. Don't talk to me about the Athletics. Phillies are going to go in pretty sure. It's definitely not a guarantee, but they've definitely created some space now. They've been winning series recently. Yeah, 2 of 3 from the Royals wasn't great, but it was great to see that the Phillies offense finally came around. It has not been there for like the whole season, but almost everybody clicked in this series, and the pitching was actually the problem. Unfortunately, the Pirates have to go down into the bottom. They're not going to do it. Padres are probably not. You could say that they could go into the maybe, but they're just a little bit behind like all of these teams, especially in the National League. They're still below 500. I don't really know why they bought. It was a foolish decision in my opinion. Probably should have sold Soto. We're getting to a point where it's looking like it's pretty surely that these Mariners are going to make the playoffs, but I'm going to put them here in maybe just because I think that there's a lot of competition around them still as well, even though they're playing really good baseball. Right? Even after their soft sell that they did, it's very surprising. The Giants, if I put the Phillies in pretty sure, we have to put the Giants in pretty sure. It's very surprising what this team is doing this year. They also, I think that they're a little above the Phillies actually. If they're like tied, they're about the same. But they've been playing very good baseball as well. Cardinals, unfortunately, no. Rays, we're pretty sure about. Obviously, they have a wild card to contend for. They're not in the. They don't have first place anymore, so we gotta put them down here. Honestly, I think these Rangers might be a guarantee. It's getting to that point. It's very close. I think they're pretty much a guarantee to make the playoffs. They're in first place. I don't see them falling off. They've got some space between them and the wild card teams. I see this team making the playoffs pretty indefinitely. It's really weird to say this, but I think the Twins are pretty sure, even though they have not been good. It's just because they have like the worst division in baseball. Really tough. It's almost like I'm not like a Twins hater. I just almost like don't want to see them in the playoffs just because like they have not been good. No offense from this team. The Jays are going to be pretty sure about because they've been playing much better baseball and their deadline acquisitions have been paying dividends. Bo is out for a little bit, it looks like, but they've got the offense to keep it going. Their pitching's been very good. And a bad one to end on, but the Nats are a no. Nats are like really close to the Mets now. They almost are going to overtake the Mets. That is the list. Thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy the video, remember to leave a like as well as subscribe. Go get yourself some Century 17 merchandise. It's down in the description below. It's in the Teespring store. I got some new ones I just put out last week. So you can go check those out if you are interested in supporting me. It would help me out a lot. Like and subscribe if you have not already. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Go Phils.